Nigerian Railway Corporation sympathized with victims of Lagos train accidents. Why INEC postponed governorship and state assembly elections. On business, Nigeria recorded 1.2 trillion naira surplus. And on the international scene, Chinese president re-elected for the third term. On sports, Flying Eagles battled Tunisia for under-20 AFCON bronze. Hello and welcome to Standard Press Television News. That was the headlines, and now the news on full. The Nigerian Railway Corporation has sympathized with the families of the victims of an accident involving a train and a Lagos bus rapid transit conveying civil servants to work. The NRC expressed its sympathy in a statement signed by Deputy Director of Public Relations Yakub Mahmood and cautioned motorists and the general public on overseeing railway signs. The unfortunate crash, which occurred at the PWD bus stop in the Ikeja area of the state, has so far claimed at least 6 lives, with over 80 others receiving treatment in different hospitals in the state. The Independent National Electoral Commission has given reasons why it had to postpone the earlier scheduled governorship and State House of Assembly election that was initially planned to take place on March 11, 2023. For more on the story, Ram Ibrahim reports.
The Commission explained that the ruling by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal Court of Appeal and the reconfiguration of the bimodal voter accreditation system used for the presidential election held on February 25, 2023. Formed the basis for the postponement Saturday, March 11, 2023 governorship and State Houses of Assembly elections. These were contained in a statement by the Commission's National Commissioner for Information, Mr. Festus Okoye. Mr. Festus said the decision to postpone the Saturday, March 11, 2023 governorship and State Houses of Assembly elections had not been taken lightly, but necessary to ensure that there was adequate time to back up the data stored on the over 176,000 beavers machines from the Presidential and National Assembly elections held on February 25, 2023. And then to reconfigure them for the governorship and state assembly elections. Similarly, the Federal High Court Abuja has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to allow the use of temporary voter cards in the March 18 governorship and State Houses of Assembly elections. Justice Obiora Egwatu made the order while delivering judgment in a suit filed by 2 aggrieved Nigerians, seeking the use of TVCs in the general elections in the absence of the permanent voter cards. Rahama Ibrahim Dosar, Standard Voice Television.
The Ibadan Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has secured the conviction and sentencing of 37 internal fraudsters to various terms of imprisonment, fines and community services. The convicts were prosecuted before Justice Muhammad Owulabi, Ladiran Akintola and Mojid Ishula of the Oyo State High Court, Ibadan, Justice Olanri Waju Mabekoja, A.A. Babawale, O.O. Maje Kundumi, and O. Ogunfowara of the Ogun State High Court, Abekuta, and Justice Ayo Emmanuel of the Federal High Court, Osumbu, Osun State, between January 10 and March 6. Oshobo, Osun State, between January 10 and March 6, 2023. Upon their arraignments on a separate one court each, they plead guilty except one, Fagbamie Akinola, who pleaded not guilty, and the case went into full trial. Zamfara State Directorate of Skills Acquisition has distributed startup kits to 40,000 graduates of different skills. The distributed tools were sewing machines, plumbing kits, and computers, among others. In her welcome address, Special Advisor to Zamfara State Governor Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawale on skill acquisition, Dr. Aslam Aliyu, said the administration of Bello Matawale is concerned with the hardship being faced by the poor masses. Speaking at the event, Zamfara State Governor Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawalli said the aim of the program was to assist the poor masses with different skills to become self-reliant and employers of job, not job seekers.
This support will go a long way in ensuring the success of their businesses.
Onion farmers in Dogunra community of Kaltungu local government area of Gombe State said they raked in millions of naira from cultivating the vegetables during dry season. The farmers stated this in an interview with newsmen in Dogunra community. They said the dry season onion cultivation has helped in creating wealth amongst farmers in their community and provide jobs for their youths. The leader of the onion farmers in the community, Malam Adamu Muhammad, said though farmers cultivated other crops like rice, maize, sugarcane and wheat, onion cultivation remained the most profitable for them in the community. On business, the National Bureau of Statistics has disclosed that trade transactions between Nigeria and other countries in 2022 is estimated to be 52.33 trillion naira. In the report titled Foreign Trade in Goods Statistics, NBS stated that total imports amounted to 25.59 trillion naira, while exports 26.79 trillion naira. This indicated that the country recorded a 1.2 trillion naira trade surplus as more Nigerian products were purchased in the international community. The report added that the fourth quarter of 2022, Nigerians' total trade stood at 11.72 trillion naira, from which total exports stood at 6.35 trillion naira, while total imports were 5.36 trillion naira. And on the international scene, Chinese President Xi Jinping was handed a third term as president, capping a race that has seen him become the country's most powerful leader in generations. His appointment by China's rubber stamp parliament comes after Xi locked in another 5 years as head of the Chinese Communist Party in October. Since then, the 69-year-old has weathered widespread protests over his zero-COVID policy and the death of countless people after its abandonment. Delegates handed Xi a third term as president and reappointed him head of the country's Central Military Commission in an unanimous vote. On sport, Nigeria's Flying Eagles will tackle Tunisia for a podium finish in the third-place match of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt. A 1-0 loss to the Gambians' Youth Scorpions in the tournament's second semi-final in Cairo on Monday sent the Flying Eagles to the classification match, where they will face Tunisia, who lost 3-0 to the Senegals in the first semi-finals the same day. Meanwhile, Nigerians Under-23 Boys Olympic Eagles will now face their Ghanaian counterparts at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, March 22nd, in the last round of qualifiers for this year's African Under-23 Cup of Nations. The winner over 2 legs between Nigeria and Guinea will advance to the finals of the African Under-23 Cup of Nations to be hosted by Morocco later in the year. And that's all on the news. To end the news, a recap of the major headlines. Nigerian Railway Corporation sympathized with victims of Lagos train accidents. Why INEC postponed governorship and state assembly elections. On business, Nigeria record 1.2 trillion naira surplus. And on the international scene, Chinese president re-elected for the third term. On sports, Flying Eagles battle Tunisia for Under-20 AFCON bronze. Viewers, that's the end of the news. I'm Sumaye Dosar saying bye for now.